Hey guys, this is Ryan with Conservative Corner Entertainment 2. This is why and how I became a Republican and left the Democrat Party. We were your old school Democrats, my family and I. Your old school Southern Democrats who were for the working people, who were America first, who believed in God, family, country, guns, freedom. About 2008, when Obama came into the picture, we started noticing things weren't right. We didn't like his policy. We didn't like none of that. We didn't like anything about Barack Obama. So we started doing some research. And we slowly started opening our eyes to the way the Democrat Party transformed under everyone's noses. Some saw it coming. We didn't. It really set in about 2012. 2010, 2011, the Wheeling-Pittsburgh steel mill here in my local town shut down. All the workers came to work. You know, that one morning, there was a sign on the door that said Severstal International. Overnight, they changed the sign. They changed the company and they changed the logo and the ownership. There was a big Severstal International sign on the side of the steel mill. Obama struck a deal with the Russians to sell our oil and our jobs to Russia for our steel mills, a certain percent. My family was a union steel mill working family. I planned to go into the steel mill when I graduated high school. The steel mill got shut down, and I couldn't do that. But you know, a lot of these guys that worked 20 to 30 years at that steel mill were screwed out of their pensions. They were screwed out of their livelihoods, their jobs. Many lost their homes. Their wives left them. They lost their families. They lost everything they owned and worked for their whole life. And it ain't their fault. They've paid their taxes. They paid their dues. It's the government's fault. Barack Obama really hit this area hard. That's why, for 80 years, this area of Ohio was solid blue Democrat. This area. Now it's deep red. And there's a reason. And this is part of the reason why this turned red. Why we turned red. In about 2009, Barack Obama started shutting down all the... I lied, I'm sorry. About 2010 going into 11. Barack Obama started shutting down all the coal mines. My grandfather was a coal miner. They shut his mine down for about 3 to 4 months. He was running out of money, him and my grandmother. They were on the verge of getting ready to sell their home. The coal mine eventually opened back up, and Barack Obama had a plan in 2012 that he was going to shut the coal mines down. Once again, he was going to fizzle them out. Well, by the time 2015 rolled around, I think it was 36% of the coal mines across the United States were already closed. And my grandfather was out of work for nearly 6 months when Trump popped into the picture. Trump popped into the picture and promised to bring coal mines back to West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, with the hopes of having a job again, with the hopes of having your livelihood back. We voted Donald J. Trump in 2016. We voted Donald J. Trump in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024. Trump brought us out of that mess. In 2016, when he was elected and took his oath of office in January, Trump made sure that we were going to have our coal mining jobs back. Coming from a small coal mining, working class, steel mill area, once Obama shut all the steel mills down and sold them out, The only thing we had left to rely on was coal. And he was trying to fizzle that out too. And if Hillary would have won, remember, she said she was going to put a lot of coal miners and steel workers out of business and out of work. Well, if she would have won, it would have been terrible. It would have been bad. It would have totally devastated southeastern Ohio. You know, my grandfather was a coal miner for 30 years. He knew nothing else other than coal mining. That was his forte. That was his job. He actually loved it and enjoyed it. You know, when you turn your lights on at night, thank a coal miner. Not the government, not AEP. Thank a coal miner. So, you know, in 2012, we all, pretty much all of us, switched our voter registration and designation to Republican. Because Trump made a promise. Obama failed us. Trump made a promise, and he stuck to that promise. He kept this area of Ohio alive. Now we have a strong gas and oil presence here that we're noticing is now once again starting to trickle out. And when the Biden administration came in, everybody knows he set a war on oil and natural gas here in the United States of America, which is now starting to hit southeastern Ohio very hard once again. I know a lot of people who are out of work in the oil industry, who were working full-time constantly, making good money. Now they're not making anything or collecting unemployment, thanks to Joe Biden. So, you know, history is replaying itself. If you haven't noticed by now, the Democrat Party wages war on our jobs, and the Democrat Party wages war on we the people. We couldn't take it anymore. We saw our livelihoods in our lives, in our local economies, in our towns shut down and dwindle and just keep dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. I can honestly say that Trump came in and saved us all. He will get our vote again. And that is why I switched to the Republican Party. That is why I will stay in the Republican Party. That is why this area that was once solid blue for almost 100 years turned red and has stayed red. They don't want you to see the truth. That's why here at Conservative Corner Entertainment 2, we are dedicated to showing you and providing you the truth that the mainstream media is afraid for you to see. For more like this, subscribe to us now at Conservative Corner Entertainment 2.